Pill City.
From Pill City.
Don't disrespect me like
Pill City.
Pill City.
How you that black from Pill City?
Oh, she said, how you that black from Pill?
I
thought
it
was.
Ooh. But hold on, before we even get into that, welcome to another episode of Talks 93. I am your host, Antonio White. She's asked my brother, how you that black? And you from Pill City.
What does that supposed to mean, man?
Oh.
Pale. Get it?
Yeah. I cannot.
But on this episode, we talking about the Stimmy, that young stimulus. You know, money bag Joe, boy, you did your thing now. Kamala B, you did your thing. Kamala
Thank
B, you did your thing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I have to enunciate my word correctly.
Thank you.
You know, there's her soror.
Yes.
Ooh,
Excuse me, you know, I want, you know, they quit the her, but boy, look, you can't even call. We ain't gonna go there tonight.
Thank you.
We're not gonna go there tonight. But when we was talking about Stimmy Talk, like, what you gonna do with your Stimmy, bro? What you gonna do with shoes? Clothes and shoes.
Yeah. Responsibilities too, but that don't gotta be said.
What clothes and shoes? What kind of clothes? You know, what kind of fashions are you into, man?
Trying to get my sneaker game.
Okay, sneaker game.
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, just in this moment, like, what's your favorite sneaker? You know, you got on some Adidas right now, but what is your favorite sneaker?
Some Forces for real.
Oh, so you like the Air Force One, the big bricks.
You wear all blacks?
All black, all white, you know, that's you feel it?
Not the all black.
Hey, if I got the all blacks on, you know what that means.
Ooh. Oh, the all black foots?
Yeah.
Oh, she at you. She found her victim, and it was you. I'm glad I am on the right side
Not the all
tonight.
blacks. Okay.
But, oh yeah, and we got the ladies back. Forgot about that. Happy Women's History Month. Glad to have them back. Whew. Been with the fellas for about, switching up a little bit. Had some good conversation though. New episodes dropping. But back to this conversation. What you gonna do with your stimulus?
I feel like every time I get some money, I'm always thinking about trying to pay my bills ahead of time, just like a month ahead. So, but I want to do something nice for myself, so I don't really know. I want to save some, a little bit, and then do something nice for myself, and then I'll just put the rest towards bills.
I hate bills.
I mean, at least we have money to pay the bills.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
But now I realize, like, before we, I'm gonna let you answer. What you gonna do with your stimulus?
I'm gonna take my stimulus. I'm gonna withdraw it from my bank account, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna put it in various places in my house, and I'm gonna forget about it.
Yo.
Okay.
Hide money from yourself.
Okay.
Hide money from yourself. I understand that. I don't know. My stimmy gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Like that, huh?
Hey, it's called priorities. Especially when you're trying to build, like, companies and, I do music and stuff like that. Like, this shit is expensive. Like, I'm serious, but, like, people really don't understand, like, when they come and talk to you, they're like, oh, bro, I want to be a producer. Like, what stuff do I need? I be trying to get you, like, the cheapest stuff
just
to start out. And they're like, oh, no, bro, I want Omnisphere keyscapes. But you got $1,000 right now. Oh, nah, bro, I thought you were just going to, hook me up with it. But let me tell you something, sir. $379 is keyscapes. Omnisphere is like $450. And they all work compatible together by the same company, but you got to buy the library individually. Expensive. My stimmy gone. You hear me? Because we are planning a fish fry. April 24th. 93 gives. Fish fry. Going up. It's going to be nice. But I am going to buy some stocks too. I'm investing in Aurora Cannabis. I am definitely, I'm embedded with cannabis because I feel like cannabis can change the world. I feel like if you bring in more weed, you take out the opioid use, or you try to combat the opioid use with cannabis, everything will be more smoother because you won't have as many addicts. Because now you have cut down on how accessible the drug is. Like, think about it, people can go get You feel me? Opioids, anyway, it's from the earth, but you get putting people on opioids for everything. But I feel like sometimes a good little blunt can do it for that.
Will
You feel me?
suffice.
Like I'm saying, most mental, like especially on the mental side. That's why I say like I'm investing in technology because that's never going nowhere. The medical field because that's never going nowhere. And cannabis because that's not going nowhere.
True.
And it's of the earth. Like that's what I don't understand. Like with poppy, you know, opioid is poppy. You know, but we was talking about investing in stocks. You know, I got a couple investments, you know. I'm trying to get enough money so I can buy me some Bitcoins. Because I should have invested in Bitcoins when I was in high school. But nobody really, like, expanded my mind on it because when we was in high school, it was like $20-something for a Bitcoin. And then I watched.
It was cheap.
Yeah,
Very cheap.
Yeah, that was.
But who else trades? Do you trade? Okay, so.
I trade forex trading, and when I tell you, it is definitely a patience and faith game because you put your money in, depending on what particular trade you're doing, like Bitcoin or gold or you know whatever you're trading that day, or you can do multiple. However, it's really it comes down to patience because once I see it in the red, I'm like ugh. And then you have to. It's hands on. Like I'm a part of the headset crew, call center crew. You know what I'm saying? Although we're working from home, yay. But I can't always be on my phone. So you know that trade could be doing well before I get that call, and after the call, it could have went down, and then now I'm like, oh, depending on how much money you got. So it just, I will say this. I blew my first account maybe a month and a half ago. And I had to take a hiatus because it really hurt my feelings. Like, it really hurt my feelings. Because I had put a certain amount of money in. And I was like, I'm going to stay here. And whatever I make more, once I get to $100 off what I've made, then after that, I'll start profiting whatever and keep my 100. That was my goal. I got to $60. And then I just lost it. And I was like, okay, no, I need to take a break. So I really just got back in this past week. I did okay, but I lost some money, and I'm just like, I need another break. It just hurts my feelings once I lose that money.
It take a lot out of you.
Yes, especially if you start off with a certain amount, like $50, and you just going off that, you may win, get some, you may lose some, but you haven't lost the original amount that you put in. Once you lose that original amount you put in, you like, dang, you done blew that account, so now you gotta actually put your money back in. That's where it gets it gets that feeling.
Only put in what you're willing to lose.
Yeah. But it is a good way to make money. It has to be something that you can do hands on to be more profitable. Like you can't have a job where you have to be doing other stuff with it. It can go up and down depending on so.
So I know Mariah was talking about she day trades. So I'm saying, what do you do in the stock game?
Oh man, I be playing around with it. I started off small. I started off investing $19 and on 100 shares of a penny stock, and that one specific one got up to $2 and about 50 cents, and I was like, oh yeah, we good. I'm good over there. And then one day the thing said, and I was like,
yeah,
I needed. The only reason I did that is because sometimes I just be needing to yoink my money out there real quick and use it for something. So I had needed that money that was playing around in the red. A couple of weeks later, I'm like, okay, I can't lose it anymore. I can't risk it and have it be all gone. So I took it out. I took a loss. And then right as I took it out, that thing said, ooh. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
When I tell you, that thing messed up my whole day.
Yeah. You have to know
I was
exactly
sick.
when to
I was
take
like, you know what?
I was upset with the game.
Y'all, you ain't gonna catch me slipping no more. That's why you sitting there at $1.80 and you doing nothing.
So I passed. I'm talking about, and I remember it kept popping up too. It just kept coming to my reminders, and I'm like, damn, stop. I'm looking at the cannabis, and I'm looking at the technology. I'm like, okay, what we doing today? Microsoft. You feel? I'm sitting there watching stuff like that. I'm looking at these like environmental stuff. I'm like, okay. Then next thing you know, they popped up again. I said, bro, just stop sending it to me. And then the next day, it was like, oh, GameStop. And I was like, what the world? The movie
so it's basically a game of chance. Huh?
Bro, yep.
That's it.
It's just like regular. You take a chance in your life with everything else.
I sure do.
So why not take a chance with that? Because
Take a chance with that little snack.
I just realized like they don't want the common folk to learn this investment game. Because once we learn it, it's gonna be a wrap. Because we're gonna be like, oh, I'm just as rich as you now. Like I'm staying down here and I got just as much money. Or I know what you're doing to get this money, like insider trading things like that. You know, I'm not the best finance person. I'm horrible with money. At times I would spend it all. I would give it all away. You know? But now I'm learning, like, no. Like, you want to break even, you know, when you start out, like, you don't want to lose too much.
Look,
you feel?
It hurts your feelings.
So,
it hurts your feelings.
You gotta, it's like shooting dice.
Even if
you gotta
it's
be
that
careful
play
with.
money, that money you winning or lose, you ain't really
Yes,
trying to see
and that's
it
the
go.
thing. Once you lose what you actually put in, everything, you like, okay, so now I have to, and that was my thing. I was like, man, I gotta put my own money back in here. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and do it.
Them big traders, like the ones who live their daily lifestyle off of trading, you know, they be hitting you up too, like, hey, would you like to learn? I'm just like, look, bro.
But see, this is the thing. What I've learned, like with the forex trading that I'm in, some groups are like you pay a startup fee, and then you have to pay a monthly fee. That's not what I got in on. Because my thing is, you got me paying a monthly fee, and I may not be making this. You know what I'm saying? Monthly or whatever. I paid a one-time fee, and that was it.
If you just
And
follow what we do.
Yeah,
person,
you follow our plan,
yeah.
then you can make it back in. Nah, bro.
I
I
had
pay a
somebody
monthly
teach
fee
me
for
to
this.
sharing stuff off good faith, and I'm thankful that I didn't have to pay to learn this.
See, it sounds like they're just trying to finesse you right there.
Sometimes
Well,
you got to. It's just a game of chance. Once again.
Yeah, it depends on, because there's different, like you got the stocks, and the forex trading is a little different. Because, you know, the currencies are the money and stuff. So
It's just different values.
Yeah,
It's a different hustle.
I'm gonna put it here. It's gonna turn into this, and I'm gonna take it and put it in this spot. It's gonna turn into
Make
that.
America trap again.
Yeah, but it is interesting. Like you said, I wish that's something like we could have been taught like in school a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah, I wish something they taught us in school, because I feel
There's a
like
whole lot of shit they should have taught us.
yeah, that would have been really great to learn.
See,
talking about that
we can
yesterday.
push this. See, okay, that brings me to my next point. We was just talking about, you know how like we all went through school, and they was like, oh, home ec, music classes, music appreciation. Did none of that
I didn't even
help
take
me.
that home ec.
Like, I played in home ec. Home ec was an easy A. That's why I took
In middle
home ec.
school.
Even I took it in high school as a joke. Because I ain't had nothing to do. Like, they was like an elective, and I was like, I'll take home ec. And then I seen I was in home ec with people I was cool with. And then the home ec teacher was, I think, the cheerleader coach or something. Like, I'm not doing nothing here. I play football. Not doing nothing. Like, easy A. But I feel like they should teach. Like, certain things need to be taught. Economics needs to be taught from elementary school all the way to the time you get ready to graduate high school.
I'm teaching my son at home.
You need to teach all of it.
I'm teaching him at home right now.
Because like that's the basis of our life, money.
But
The movement of money. Like, why you not teaching us stuff like that?
Financial literacy too.
And also, I feel like they need to teach more trades. Like,
I feel
trade.
like they're kind of getting at that. It's only just a few specific trades, though. They could teach welding in school.
But it's a way to get people more. And like, you just got to get on these, like, okay, you got all these scammers. People who like to scam. That ain't nothing but simple computer science. Proxy servers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You start teaching that in school, and teach like, look, bro, you can get an actual job, making good money doing this instead of doing this to steal from people. Because eventually you're gonna get caught, right? Something gonna go dead, something happens. So I feel like they should teach different. I feel like certain classes are not needed, and that's why I don't, especially like going to college. Like, I just got done taking like English and reading in high school, and why am I taking this again as a college student?
College.
This makes no sense. I'm paying my money to come to college to get a job in this field. So start teaching me, like start giving me experience while you give me my education. Because most people go to school for a certain thing and they're like, oh, you got 4 years of education, but you don't have 4 years of experience. That's dumb. Doesn't make sense to me.
That's why
So teach them
it.
both.
I appreciated Full Sail because they gave me the years of experience too with also my classes. I went to school like how I worked with my arm hurt.
Got vaccinated. She got COVID vaccinated, ladies and gentlemen.
It started to ache.
It's a little sore.
They at Montevallo, my particular major, I was a music major, and we were in our major freshman year, whereas most of our friends freshman year was just taking, the general classes. Yeah. But no, we in the classes observing. We're going to concert. We're actually doing stuff in our major, and people found that very weird. But I'm like,
that's what you're shooting.
I enjoy, I am getting my money's worth. I am going through every,
I feel like that's what college is like for. Like, I feel like that's what you should go to college for. Like, why am I taking... I understand, I know I got to use math. Like, if I'm an engineer, I understand I got to use math for certain things.
Yeah.
But one thing I learned about, from construction to manufacturing, both sides of engineering, bro, I'm going to learn everything I do right on the job. Like, ain't no book gonna tell me that if I go 8 inches over and I dig down 4 feet, it ain't gonna be no piping down here. So now I gotta figure out how to go 4 feet deep without damaging this pipe. So if whoever done did it before me don't put concrete up under the pipe, now I gotta figure out how to hit this concrete without hitting this pipe. So now I gotta make sure my operators are perfect. You feel like people don't understand that. So yeah, like I feel like that's why you need school and experience. Because I know some engineers who can't even use a drill. Like, I'm an office engineer. I don't believe. Like, I was like, where you sit behind? Oh, you like to read diagrams? That's what it's schematics.
That's all they good for.
Come on, you got to teach these. Like, you going into like mechanical engineering, civil engineering. Those are jobs that you use your hands with. If I can't trust you to go drill something, how can you tell little Timothy or Samuel or whoever working up under you to go drill something when you can't use a drill?
Yeah.
Like, think about you put somebody on a jackhammer, they can't use the jackhammer. Oh, you got a rough day on your hands because he about to hit himself in the face. First push, boom. Teeth ain't going out of his mouth. Now he going home. He don't quit
that's
the job.
how you learn.
The hard way.
I don't
Only
learn
the
a lot
strong
of lessons. Yeah, I don't met Spark.
I learned everything on my job on damn Google.
Oh, so what do you do? Right now in your career?
I be coloring on airplanes.
Oh my God.
I watch The Price is Right reruns at my desk.
I'm weak.
And I
You
just
heard it
talk
from her.
shit in the hangers.
She colors on airplanes and watches The Price is Right. The reruns.
Reruns. Episodes from the 80s.
While making her money.
While making her money.
Ain't nobody mad. So
And eating salads
Do what you do.
at my desk.
So what do you think? Like, what do you think about like the change in education? Like, do you think certain things should be done and not done with education?
I feel certain skills should be taught, like investing. I wish I had a better understanding of those certain type of things in high school or so, like credit, how important your credit is, how to properly, what starter credit cards are good to get when you're going to college. Something to, because I know my mom, she told me once I got to college, I was going to get a credit card. Not the ones that they were offered you. She made me get a Walmart credit card. Mm-hmm. And at the time, that was the only credit I had. Like, even when I got my car, that was the only credit that I had that was really working on. But I had paid my bill. It was, I would pay more. So I had good credit, But I feel like certain things like that, like some parents should kind of like, if they're not getting it in the school, then the parent just could kind of do some type of thing to make the kids know, like, yeah, you may have a credit card, but you have to pay it on time. You have to pay more than your minimum that's due. You gotta, make sure so you can build your credit.
Mm-hmm.
That way, once you graduate and it's time to get your own car or get something in your own name, it won't be, so much of a struggle.
Because I feel like we struggle because we just didn't know. Because I feel like if we would have known, we would have done better with a lot of things. And yeah, but we getting better. But like we changing the narrative a little bit better than we had because we didn't have no foundation. We had no foundation.
I just wish they would have taught me what the fuck taxes were all about.
That would have helped.
What the fuck credit was all about in high school. I wish they would have taught me the same shit that they were teaching these white kids outside extracurricularly in high school. They need to teach they just need to change the entire curriculum and change high school into life classes,
But just
preparing children to be like, I understand the academic side up until maybe your second year in high school. Them last 2 years in high school needs to be preparation for getting out there and getting on your shit on your own without your parents.
Because everybody isn't going to college.
Everybody doesn't have parents to teach them outside of high school.
That too.
And it was crazy because what we knew about computers coming out of high school, if I would have known, I could have got a job. I had a computer science endorsement graduating high school. Like that was on my high school diploma, a computer science endorsement. I could have got a job at the age of 17, 18, working.
You think they was going to tell you that?
And nobody told none of us that.
You think they was going to set your ass up like that?
Man, you know how long we've been proxy surgery? But VTON, but I remember the day we bypassed. I remember the day we was sitting in computer class and we was like, bro, we about to bypass this. And we loaded up VTON and everybody like, well, what is VTON? And we was like, get on Facebook. We was doing everything, bro. We was on everything. Everybody knew about VTON.
Honestly, y'all didn't even know what the hell y'all was doing. Y'all didn't realize that y'all was doing some real shit right there. It was like, oh no, we just trying to get on Facebook. Nigga, y'all don't realize that you just bypassed all this security and shit.
We never paid
Plus
attention
some Facebook.
And the teacher that was teaching us,
some money
he still never said, like, he just be like, oh, y'all doing good. Keep doing good. But then it was like, hey, this is what this is setting up. Like, you can get a job while you going to school, and they can pay for you going to school while you work for this company. Like, I was hurt. I was like, dang. So now we got to try to set up the new generation. Yeah. And it's like the new generation is like, we not listening to y'all.
Oh, no.
Like, y'all can shut up.
I don't have the patience, though. I generally don't.
It's like, oh,
I
don't want to
generally
hear
don't
shit.
because
Okay.
I have like younger cousins, and the mindset of how I was at their age is totally different from, like, literally there's nothing in the streets that just entices me to be there, for me to just want to be there and not seek anything further. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you graduate high school, I feel like you should be seeking something. If it's not college, it should be some type of career, some type of trade, some type of something to establish something for yourself. But the streets just is not it. Like, there's nothing there.
Because once you get wrapped up in that cycle, you wrapped up in that cycle. And it's coming, like, experiencing it, it's hard. Mm-hmm. Especially, like, my outlook on it was, like, trying to go straight and narrow. It's harder for me to go straight and narrow than me trying to go straight and narrow and still getting in trouble. Like, just completely cutting out certain things, it's been the hardest thing ever. Like, hanging around certain people, doing certain things, it's been so hard. Because, like, I'm not used to the change, I'm not used to the slow down. Like, the pace of my life is slowed down. Because I'm used to always ripping and running, always being gone. So I was like, dang. But I realized why it slowed down. I needed it. That was something that had to happen for me. Because I knew if I didn't slow down, then I found myself, in prison. Like, that's what the road I was driving the car myself, with nobody even in the passenger seat. Like, but thankful for it. But I feel like the experiences, and now I look back on like life, I'm like, yo, school and everything needs to change. Like, because now, like, it's so easy. Like, they're coming out of high school and don't know nothing. Yeah. Like, nothing. When I was in high school,
they know a lot. They hold a whole lot of bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. That's nothing. So they know bullshit.
Oh,
I'm saying as far as
bullshit.
like knowing anything, like I've never seen so many people don't know how to change a tire, tie.
Oh yeah, they don't know a lot. Of
Like it's so
things.
much stuff. Like
They don't know.
communicate with people. Like you sitting, like I've been sitting in a room with people and like I can talk to people that's older, and then like the rest of them, they be sitting like, what is that? You don't know? You ain't never heard of that?
But let me tell you something. I have been on Clubhouse. Y'all know the app.
I haven't known.
Oh,
I can't
what?
do it.
That shit is toxic.
Very. Oh.
It's distracting. Everything, but just talking to so many different people from all over, even like the people that were in the room when we were in the room at the same time. I was in a room where we were talking about history, and someone that I knew came in there, and I had made a comment, and they texted me, "You really listening to this?" And I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean? Am I really?" Yes. Just because I'm not talking about no goddamn demon time right now doesn't mean I'm not gonna sit here and listen to people moan on no damn app. Like, I understand that's all the fuck y'all want to do.
It's crazy. Like,
but I mean, I really get on here to network and talk education, like just talk, about more things and, fucking somebody or who am I interested in, like whose picture am I more interested in out of all these other fucking pictures. No, I don't want to talk about that shit all the time. I want to talk about why the fuck Petra is built inside of a rock.
you want to
Nah,
talk about
and they really had the audacity to ask me if I was actually listening into that conversation. I'm like, come on. I don't think I need to be communicating with you no more because it seems like your intelligence is.
I got about it. Like I was sitting in one booth and I kept hearing, "Well, let me piggyback." I said, "Okay." I've heard 15 piggybacks in this one conversation. We've been piggybacking for an hour.
If they ain't piggybacking off of something, then they're professional in every goddamn subject that we touch.
Yeah, and then they be like, "Oh well, when you in?" Like I'm like, "Bro, just show me how to start." Like y'all talking about like having, like y'all already got the money. and she
I know.
Hold on.
I know.
I
can't even say.
They
did.
As a group, we're disappointed.
Oh my God.
Because
let me tell y'all, this thing pulled up the shit and showed me, and I said that ain't right. Your volume ain't all the way down. Yes, it is. Oh, it is. Okay.
Look at you, can't do nothing. Let's see, and they even said it was gonna be you. They said it was gonna be you.
What you got to say for yourself?
Look, that wasn't even my fault. I wasn't expecting.
I don't want to get no damn excuses.
You weren't expecting no calls.
I really wasn't.
It ain't about you expect no calls. You don't have to expect calls. Put it on vibrate, man.
Said at the beginning of the episode.
What was you showing me if it wasn't?
Everything was on silent.
Yeah, you said it was on silent.
Everything was on silent.
Everything was.
What's your ring?
I put that on silent.
Then you did.
But somehow it's still
It's
made
still-
it.
And then hot right back up.
But
Somehow.
Well, I apologize.
I'm gonna have to write your referral, sir. Please put your phone on my desk. You're gonna have your parents come get it out.
But
She does.
it was a great episode. Glad to have the ladies back. We got more coming. This is not shit.
Okay. It's okay.
Oh, I can't talk. God.
You were there. You were always there.
This is Talk Somebody Great.